On this episode of UTR, it's another one of our awesome urban adventures as we explore more of Detroit's exciting new frontier. First, we'll meet two guys who stood up for people who wanted to sit down in the city, and then sample some Louisiana Creole gumbo, Motor City style. We'll also show you how some friendly folks use the blues to put a smile on an entire neighborhood, and a soul food restaurant minus the meat. It's another homegrown urban culture cluster right here on Under the Radar.
Under the Radar Michigan is brought to you in part by the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, investing in people, places, and partnerships to help transform Michigan and the Michigan economy. In cities, towns, and neighborhoods, people are building better places to live and better communities.
Carpools, conferences, microwave dinners. They blur one into the next. We lose ourselves in the fog of everyday life and drift away from what matters. But like a beacon in the night, it finds us. The light of more than 100 lighthouses burning through that fog and beckoning us back to what's real and true. This light shines for us all. This light is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
And by Big B Coffee, celebrating 18 years as a Michigan company. Gift cards, mugs, and coffee by the pound available in store and online. Franchise info available at biggby.com.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. And the more I explore, the more I realize it's the place to be. I'm Tom Dalton, and this is Under the Radar, Michigan.
Detroit, the new frontier. These are the adventures of the TV show Under the Radar. Our mission? To explore cool new businesses, to seek out fun stuff to do and great restaurants, to boldly go places you may have never been before. Well, thank goodness Detroit isn't a million light years away, because right now it's lighting up with so many awesome things to see, do, and eat, you just might need a Star Trek transporter to get yourself home. So dial in your coordinates for the Motor City, put your vehicle in drive, and set your phaser to fun, because we're landing in Detroit in 3, 2, 1...
You know, sometimes you just have to sit down and think about it to realize there's a problem. Well, here's two guys that sat down, thought about it, then they got up and did something about it.
Kyle Bartlett and Charlie Molnar are two enterprising young guys who noticed a lack of seating at bus stops around the city. So they started to sit on it Detroit, took responsibility, took some reclaimed wood, and are making a real difference all around town.
How did you guys meet?
In college.
Wayne State?
Yeah, Wayne State.
Well, who was the first one to notice the need for the benches?
Kyle and I, and some friends of ours, we started revamping public space like parks. Yeah. And we all lived in a neighborhood called Woodbridge. And there was a park at the northern part of Woodbridge by Woodbridge Pub called The Hole. And it basically just looked like an overgrown lot. And one night we were all sitting around saying, hey, something needs to be done with The Hole. And about a week later, our friend Matt had pitched the idea to Detroit Soup, and they accepted us to come in and, you know, pitch in front of everybody. And we ended up winning, and we were able to take that funds and buy, you know, paint, buy materials to build structures.
Kind of around that idea of placemaking and, you know, creating a sense of place in the inner city. So I think really just with that, you know, that basis of just, you know, wanting to kind of implement some change in the city, you know, it was very easy for me and Charlie to kind of segue into, okay, like, we're done, we knocked out these parks, okay, now we notice we need to get some attention to these bus stops.
So you drove by one day and just saw people sitting waiting for a bus on the ground?
Yeah, I mean, riding the bus, riding your bike, walking, you know, you see trash cans kicked over. You know, you don't really notice that there's not a bench there until you notice somebody with a kicked over trash can and they're sitting on the trash can. Instead of throwing stuff away in the trash and there's garbage all around there, it's more important for them to have a seat. And it was just like kind of like seeing the idea, the need for it, and figuring out a quick, simple solution.
We saw that it was just going to be kind of a win-win for not just like, you know, us, but for the community.
What did the city say at first when you started putting it? Because they're kind of organic and they're not official.
The city didn't necessarily have a problem with it, but it was more so kind of the Department of Transportation. And so what we had to kind of do is figure out ways in which how we can make this work. And so it led to conversations on what the protocols are to go about doing this, but then also to, you know, with that and seeing that we're like they had a program in place where you can like adopt a bus shelter, so you can keep clean, like we're not just putting benches out there, but we're also cleaning up the bus stops, you know, but also, you know, creating this, you know, place for people, but at the same time, like, it's just going to be more aesthetically pleasing for those who are waiting for the bus. And then while they wait, they got a free book to take with them as they go. And so we didn't see anything wrong with that. So we just kind of were like, we're going to just go ahead and do this. And not everyone kind of was, you know, took liking to it initially, but, you know, we were just kind of, you know, wanted to be, you know, aggressive and showing that this is something that has to happen.
Well, I applaud you guys for doing this because it's a great idea. It's doing a great service for the people of the city. I mean, these things are artistic, they're cool, they're funky, and it just adds to the landscape. Now, you guys are also building other stuff now? You guys have branched off?
Well, yeah, because when we started building the benches, we weren't getting funding at all, and we wanted to continue on the project. And when we didn't start the project to build 1 or 2 benches, you know, there's 5,000 bus stops down here.
Yeah.
Half of them don't have a place to sit, and you've got 1 in 8 Detroiters catching the bus every day. You know, that was an issue. And I mean, we weren't out there to just build 1 or 2.
What's the reaction you guys are getting from people?
It's great. I mean, this is a community project. We couldn't do it without the community, and the support from the community is why we're still doing it.
It's created a lot of opportunity, you know, not just for me and Charlie, but, you know, other people as well. So, like, not only people who come in and volunteer, but, you know, some people, you know, they learn the skill set. And so it's created kind of this civic energy amongst, like, you know, a lot of us working together.
Let's be honest, most people this age are trying hard just to figure themselves out. But here's 2 young guys who are also trying to figure out ways to make life better in their community.
You know, these benches are comfortable, they're functional, and they add a real artistic touch to the urban landscape. And the bookshelves are a great idea. Oh, nice touch.
Next time you're in Detroit and you see some of Kyle and Charlie's handiwork, give them a nod, because they're helping make Detroit a little bit better for all of us.
Now, if you're hankering for a heaping helping of some authentic Louisiana gumbo, get in your car and start driving. To Gratiot Avenue in Detroit, that is, because I have a place that will not disappoint. I guarantee.
Way back in 1970, Joseph Stafford founded Louisiana Creole Gumbo and brought real, genuine Creole cooking to the Motor City. Today, Joe Spencer and his family are keeping Mr. Stafford's recipes, legacy, and love for this great city alive and well.
Now, this place has been here for decades. Yes. Through the good times of the city and the bad times of the city. Why is that? What's your secret? Is the food that good?
Ask the customers. They'll tell you, man. It's a terrific menu. I can't take responsibility for creating the menu. It was a chef by the name of Joe Stafford. Great guy. He was from Louisiana. He created the menus, and we just care for it. And this is always, it's a staple. It's a landmark in this city, yeah. Since 1970.
Since 1970. Now, what inspired you to take over and carry on his legacy?
You know, I got a little story about that, okay?
Yeah.
1982, me and a buddy of mine were sitting doing a working out one day, and I suggested to him that let's do an investment. And he says, you know, Joe, there's a great little restaurant over on Gratiot. Got some really great food. He says, tell you what, why don't we look into that? And so I told him, I said, tell you what, let's flip a coin, and whoever wins the toss, we'll go see what they want to do first. He won the toss, so we came over to talk to the guy, Joe Stafford, okay? And then at that time, we approached him for doing a franchise because we thought it was a great product. And Joe told us, he says, guys, if you would have come to me 10 years ago, I'd been happy to do that. He says, but I'll tell you what, if you can come up with X amount of dollars, I'll sell you this restaurant lock, stock, and barrel, and I'll show you how to run it. So we said, wow.
Did you know anything about Cajun cooking?
Not at all, not at all. In fact, I had only started tasting the food when my buddy had introduced me to the restaurant.
Yeah.
So we've learned that, and it's our Bible, and we stick to it, and we're not changing it, We're not changing it,
Now, for people who live under a culinary rock, explain what Creole cooking is.
Well, Creole cooking is a combination of French and African cooking, okay? And it has a misunderstanding that it's all spicy and hot. That's not true. It is not all spicy and hot. And in fact, we serve 5 different kinds of gumbos, okay? And of those 5, 2 of them are hot, the other 3 are mild.
But you're more than just about the food, though. You're about community here.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, one of the things is that first of all, we think of ourselves as serving a very moderate price, good quality food, We don't do a lot of fried foods and that kind of stuff. But we also have community involvement, you know what I mean? We do things with our community. We support churches, we feed hungry people. We do all of that kind of stuff, So
I'm hungry, so you might have to feed me later.
Well, hey, if you got 50 cents, you can eat all you want.
Now, I understand your credo here is you're always getting better.
Yes.
Does that mean should I come tomorrow? Will the food be better tomorrow than it is today?
No. See what it'll be. Service will be faster, and there'll be a new product that you can try. That's always getting better. You don't mess with anything that's already perfect.
Well said.
It's not hard to understand why this place has been an icon in the city for so many years, especially when you taste the food. If you like a little spice and a sense of place on your plate, I think you'll agree Louisiana Creole gumbo is a must-stop in the Motor City. Because you know us at UTR, if the food ain't good, we ain't going. Mm-hmm.
We all know that there's some communities in Detroit that are still singing the blues. But here's one that uses the blues to put a smile on the whole neighborhood.
It's called John's Carpet House, a lively social gathering and jam session that happens every Sunday afternoon to pay tribute to a man who loved his neighbors and loved to play the blues. And even though there's no carpet, the house is gone, and John is no longer with us, Albert Big Pete Barrow keeps these soulful sessions alive to honor his name.
So how long have you guys been doing this?
We've been doing this roughly 20 years.
Really?
Yeah, we're one of the, well, it used to be a secret, but now it's no secret no more.
Yeah, especially since we got here.
Oh, we've had people out here from Alaska came out here last week, but we've had people from Germany, Canada, Japan, everybody come out here. And matter of fact, we're listed as one of the places to visit when you come to the city of Detroit.
Well, now tell me about the man who started John Estes.
John Estes actually was a junk man, and he was a drummer by trade. Right across the street where you see the vacant lot over there is where he used to live, and he had a little something of a patio. And he used to have a lot of the old-time musicians used to come on by and sit around, and they have a few drinks, and we used to jam on a Sunday.
And you kept it going?
We kept it going. Matter of fact, we moved from across the street to over where we are right now. Matter of fact, I ended up buying all of this property. And since then, it's just been growing by leaps and bounds.
Now tell me about, you get some serious players coming down here and playing the blues.
Oh my goodness. It's so many celebrities have been out here. And, after they expired, here come their kids. We have some of the top artists here in the city of Detroit.
What do you think John Estes would say if he was alive today?
Oh, he'd turn over in his grave, because at that time, he wasn't putting maybe 10 or 15 of us over there every Sunday. But this is a whole different ball game now.
I think he'd be proud of you.
Oh, my God, yeah. He would turn over in his grave if he'd seen this, yeah.
Now, when it comes to having a good time in Detroit, I can always use people who love the blues.
You look like the most comfortable man here.
I am very comfortable. I've been coming out here for the last 5 years, and it's just an awesome place to come. The atmosphere is awesome. The band is really great.
I gotta get some of these.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? These are so cool, I just get one and just sit in my backyard.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
So why do you come?
Enjoy, listen to the old music, entertainment, keep it real.
And the food.
And the food.
Oh my gosh, you can
Food
smell.
is good,
I
yes.
wish we had smell-o-vision, because man, the smell here is just incredible.
Yes, especially the ribs from CC.
You gonna buy me a rack?
You want 1,
2?
3?
Deal.
Okay.
I understand you're the boss of this party.
Man, we love the party. This is a ducking in the bucket. You can't find nothing like this in Michigan ever.
Sorry we had you turn your music down. You can turn it up in a minute, though.
So we're gonna turn it back up as soon as you walk away, baby. This is what we do. We love to enjoy the party. Don't you like the party?
There we go.
There we go.
Sorry, it was too late.
There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, there we go.
I had to talk to you because you look so good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you're the most styling guy here. Is that by design? Is that for the ladies?
No, I do this all the time.
Oh, it's just you got class.
Yeah, I got class. I do this every day. Not just one day, every day.
Can you teach me how to have class?
Yeah, just follow me every day.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Why do you think this is so important, what's going on here?
I think this is important, one reason, because it's something that started with a neighborhood. We take donations, and it helps us keep the grass cut, the porta-johns we have back there. It really helps out. So it's affordable for people in the area.
You got a slab of ribs for me and my crew?
Oh, I have a slab with your name written on it right now. This is going to be a great time. So we hope you guys come, not just one time, but make sure you come more often.
I'm already here the next time.
Oh, it sounds great. We're going to have a great time here.
So, sir, I understand you're the official host of this event.
That's correct.
Describe what you do.
It's my job to bring people together, to keep them smiling. I want them smiling. When I walk away, usually I'm smiling. I talk to all the girls.
That made me smile too.
Right, okay. And I, make sure the guys are smiling too. I help the seniors that come out here with their chairs or whatever people need me to do. I'm the go-to guy.
It's like you're the positive energy of this event.
Oh, that's okay. That's great.
That's what
great.
you are.
That's great.
You're also, watch this, folks, really tall. Darn it.
So with a little bit of sun, soul, and social lubrication, I even managed to muster up the courage to get up on stage and get down with some funky blues. Next time you're in the need for a funky good time, on any given summer Sunday afternoon, just head to the corner of Frederick and St. Aubin. That's where you'll find John's Carpet House and a whole mess of happy Detroiters.
Now, what if I told you there's a vegan restaurant in Detroit where the food is so good, you won't even miss the meat? I know. I thought the same thing.
Okay, meat lovers, stop shrugging your shoulders, because right in the heart of Detroit's historic West Village is a place that just might make you a believer. Detroit Vegan Soul is exactly what it says it is. A meat-free restaurant that's taken a savory and soulful approach to their meatless menu. Sure, it may be minus the meat, but its pluses when it comes to flavors and textures will literally enlighten your meat-muddled mind. Erica Boyd and Kristen Ussery created what they call cruelty-free food, and the rest is relatively recent history.
So for people who might not understand, what's the difference between vegan and vegetarian?
Vegan is no animal products whatsoever. So no dairy, no fish, no cheese. And with vegetarian, you may have some egg or you may have some cheese, but vegan is no animal products.
It's just pure plants, vegetables.
Exactly.
Right. No fauna, just flora.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha. Now, what inspired you to become a vegan?
Well, myself and Erica, there were a few things that inspired us. First of all, we wanted to break the cycle of disease in our families. Cancer in hers, diabetes in mine. Her father passed away of cancer, and there wasn't really anything that we could point to besides his diet. And so that kind of sent us on a quest to learn more about how food can prevent disease, how food causes disease, and just through our journey, we just came to the conclusion that a plant-based diet was the best thing.
Well, how did you make the jump to actually make a restaurant?
Well, after we started realizing some of these benefits for ourselves, we thought other people need to experience this. So we wanted to do something that kind of demystified the whole vegan lifestyle.
Well, I actually know a few carnivores who have been here that rave about this place. And first of all, the name is awesome, Detroit Vegan Soul, because it sounds to me like you took soul food. You took something that's accessible and that's, I guess I want to say comfort food.
Right.
And that draws people towards the food.
Right, exactly. That's the whole concept. Whether you're vegan, vegetarian, or omnivore, or anything in between, everybody loves comfort food. And so we wanted to put the two together to show that just because you don't have animal products doesn't mean you can't have flavor, doesn't mean you can't have texture.
And if it's healthy, that's even better.
Right. But it's not just the food that people love here. It's the overall Detroit Vegan Soul experience. Our restaurant is clean and cozy, and it's inviting. And so people love to come, and they'll sit here for hours.
Well, if you're serving great food for a great reason that's really good for you, it's like, how can you go wrong with that combination?
Right.
Especially when you're nice people, too.
Yes. And we have a great staff, so we love our staff.
To be honest, I was dying to find out who was here to miss the meat and who was here just because the food is such a taste-tempting treat.
I was transformed when I came here. I was a vegetarian, and then I realized that there are restaurants where you can go and not have to worry about dairy products and things of that nature.
And how do you feel?
I feel wonderful. I don't miss the meat at all.
What would you say to somebody who's never been here before?
That when I come here, it's the vegan soul experience, because you come here, you meet people who are trying to eat healthy and good food, not just healthy food, but delicious tasting food.
Plus, you can't go wrong with soul food.
No, you can't. You really can't.
You never know what anything tastes like until you taste it. Taste this.
First time here,
First time here.
and you're a carnivore.
Yes.
What do you think?
I loved it, and I'll be back.
And the best thing is it's soul food.
And it was very healthy and reasonable.
Healthy is my favorite part.
Yes, yeah.
One of the things about being in Detroit now is to see a new generation and how they take hold in a healthy way. So it really feels good and it's healthy. They respect the food, you know, and I love the energy here.
My girlfriend's a vegetarian, so this is a great place to come for a date night.
As Sam Jackson would say, if your girlfriend is a vegetarian, that pretty much makes you a vegetarian.
Yeah, at least on date night, that's true.
Are you a vegan?
No, I'm vegetarian.
Oh, close enough.
Yes.
But what do you love about this place?
Well, I love that it's vegan soul food and it's just a great experience, yeah.
You must be so proud of these two young ladies.
Extremely proud of them. Erica told me when she was about 12 years old that she wanted to have her own business. And look at her today.
She meant business.
She really did. She really did.
The neighborhood here must love the fact that this restaurant's here.
Oh, absolutely. You know, they were the first ones, the first business to open on the strip here. And with purpose, they wanted to open a business in their community, in the community in which they live. I think that's great.
So if you're tired of being a meathead like me, head to Detroit Vegan Soul and savor the flavor of their meatless menu.
Because even if you love meat, with this food, you won't miss it for a moment. So be logical, my UTR friends. Do a little traveling of your own and beam yourself to Detroit's new frontier. Where else can you sit in style while waiting for transport? Get great gumbo to go. Partake in musical gatherings of the blues kind. And find soulful nourishment that grows from the earth. Just take it from this wise and logical space traveler.
Detroit, it's where people with vision are coming to live long and prosper. Hey folks, thanks so much for watching Under the Radar Michigan. I really appreciate it. Look, if you want to know more about what we do, where we go, what we have, go to utrmichigan.com. You can get our brand new book, UTR The First 50. You can get DVDs of our shows. You can get wearables, even this brand new hoodie like the one I'm wearing right here. Pretty sweet, huh? So go to utrmichigan.com. You'll have fun, I guarantee.
Under the Radar Michigan is brought to you in part by the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, investing in people, places, and partnerships to help transform Michigan and the Michigan economy. In cities, towns, and neighborhoods, people are building better places to live and better communities.
It's human nature to plan ahead, but sometimes our best ideas come when there's no plan at all. When we just go with the flow and let the day unfold as it was meant to be. A day on the water, soaking up the sun. A day we leave up in the air. Yesterday, this was just a last-minute idea. Today, our big surprise is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
And by Big B Coffee, celebrating 18 years as a Michigan company. Gift cards, mugs, and coffee by the pound available in store and online. Franchise info available at biggby.com. The Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure series raises funds and awareness in the breast cancer fight, celebrates survivorship, and honors those who have lost their battle. Everyone is welcome. Find a Komen Race for the Cure in more than 140 cities at komen.org.